Shay. That's what I call you, but you're going to introduce yourself in a minute.
Okay.
Shay is my first guest tonight on the podcast Salon Talk, something that was birthed here in 2025 from YouTube. I started this YouTube. I took off in December of 2024. And the need for the salon industry is so great that I just, I'm doing salon talk Monday through Friday. That's how I met you on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. And so God just said, do a podcast, make it where people can share their stories, not just my stories.
Mm-hmm.
And make it like worldwide. Whoever want to come on, they can come on, tell their stories, and just let's just vibe about the hair industry. So I'm gonna let my guest, my beautiful guest, tell you her name and where she's from. And she is open for business. Everyone wants to know, where are the great hairstylists? Where is, so we got one right here tonight, and she's gonna tell you who she is and where she's from and whatever you need to know. So you go ahead, Shay.
Okay. Well, my name is Shay. I am from Aiken, South Carolina, and I am a licensed hairstylist and have been for 9 years now. And something that's a little bit unique about my background is I also went to school for business. And at the same time, I got my cosmetology license. I also got my bachelor's in business in the same year. That's a whole story for another day how it happened. But I'm so excited to be going back into doing hair full time here in 2025. It's really been me talking with God over the last 6 months or so, and He told me it's time. And I am so glad that I listened because since then, things have been falling right into place.
Look
And
good.
I get so overwhelmed thinking about it because I really love the hair industry.
Mhm.
Anytime in the atmosphere of going to like a hair show or being around like-minded hairstylists and other individuals, I feel like I'm home, and I'm just so
Right.
excited to be doing this again. So that's just a little bit about me.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I do want to hear about the bachelor's degree also because again, I always stress you need some type of business knowledge to be a salon owner. And I know that is a joy that you have. So
Yes.
you have all the tools. So, I feel like God really put us together tonight because
Hmm.
again, you're his daughter, I'm his daughter. And just the background that I've studied for you so far before we even had this interview, I looked at a few things and then you told me a few things. I said, well, God, you set her up. Like he set you up. Sometimes it's not our timing, it's God's
Right.
timing for us. And
Right.
so I do want you to talk a little bit about what you were doing in the couple of
Okay.
years, because somebody gonna need that story, because there's other women who like they
Hmm.
have the license, they did other jobs, and they don't know how to find their way back.
Right.
So maybe your story, a little bit on that, can help somebody to say, "Hey, well, she's doing it. Maybe I can get back into my license, and maybe I can start doing hair again." You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, just tell us just a little bit. You don't have to go too far into it, but what had
Okay.
happened? What happened?
So when I first got my license, I it was a situation where I have 4 kids, and I
Hmm.
had my first children were twins.
Hmm.
So when I found out I was pregnant, I was in my last full semester of school.
Hmm.
So I came home, took about a 6 month break, went back to finish up my last full semester, and then I found out I had one class. But in order for me to take that one math class, I had to go and take an elective, which would have pushed my graduation date back a whole year.
Hmm.
So I went to the department head and I asked for an approval to go ahead and take that class. And he told me, I will bet my year's salary that if I put you in that class, you will not pass it.
Hmm.
So yes. So after he told me that, I can tell you right now, it broke my spirit.
Hmm.
So after I finished my classes up that summer, I came home. I kind of regrouped, and I was like, okay, I got this one class. I cannot let this just go by the wayside. Like I have to get this degree. I've worked so hard for it. So I
Right.
came home, had my twins. I started working, and I was like, you know what? I can't do that right now. I can't focus on that. But now is the time for me to go ahead and go get my cosmetology license. It's something I've always wanted to do. I even wanted to go do it in high school, but
Mhm.
I come from a family where I'm the first person to get my college degree. So that not only was important to me, but it's important to them mostly.
Yes.
So I was at the point where I said, you know what, I'm gonna do something for me right now, and I'm gonna go and get my cosmetology license. So as I'm working to get my cosmetology license, I'm still researching like what can I do? What can I do to get this degree and have it, because I want this. I didn't
Right.
work this hard for it. So I found out that I could go to my local tech school down here in Aiken. I went to Aiken Tech and I actually was able to get my took that one
Wow.
class. They approved me to take my math class. So literally within months of each other, I had gotten my license and I got my bachelor's degree.
Wow. Look at
Yes,
you. That is
yes,
very powerful.
yes. And it really
That
was
is
up in the air.
powerful.
Yes.
Everybody can't do that.
It was a lot of
with
work.
with twins, you had twins?
Yes,
Oh
twins.
wow, that's a
Yes.
great testimony. I
I,
pray that
I,
whoever hears this, it blesses their heart because that's 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 a testimony.
yeah. I
So
worked so hard. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm just in awe. Like I just don't even know how to ask you like that. It just shows your strength.
Hmm.
It shows a lot of strength.
Yes.
So I'm not cutting you off. I'm just in
It's
awe of
okay.
that. I just can't imagine someone doing it. So
It's
I
funny that
know, huh?
it's funny that you say that because a lot since like over the last few years, it's kind of like I've taken in stride the things I've done. Like it's like
Mm,
okay, I did this. Now what's next? Now what's next? And I never really stopped to think about like, wow, I did do that. Wow,
yes, you
I did
did.
this. And it's just,
That's
I prayed
phenomenal.
about it and I just kept going. I kept going. I
Mhm.
went on and had two more kids. I even went and got my master's degree and I've just
Wow.
been working in corporate. Now, when I had my daughter, though, that was right at the height of COVID. So at that
Okay.
time, I decided that I had to homeschool my kids too
Mhm.
When COVID happened. So I
Absolutely.
took that time to go back into the salon and I worked for a while behind the chair so that I could homeschool my kids and so that, my
Right.
daughter, she was just born, so I could
Mhm.
take care of them. But then COVID scared me. Like I was really afraid because I was taking my daughter that I had just had a few weeks ago to the salon with me,
Wow.
and working. So I was like, I don't feel comfortable anymore doing this right now. So
Right.
that's when I went back to corporate and I worked in tech. I have That's been what I've been mainly doing in my corporate job. But
Mhm.
the entire time, it's like I got to get back to hair. I got to get back to the hair industry because
Yeah.
that's where I feel the most at home. That's where I feel like that's my purpose. Like I
Yeah,
finally know what my
that's what
purpose
I was gonna say.
is.
That's your passion and your purpose sounds like to me. And
Yes.
it was just eating at you.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I know, that you are a phenomenal hairstylist because with all of that passion and all of that purpose, I mean, my God, you know what I'm saying? It is what I would call it is your time.
Yes,
It is
I
your
agree.
time. It is your
I
time.
agree.
So are you stepping out completely from corporate right now to pursue your your styling career, or what are you doing?
So right now, I am. My plan is around August. I want to make my full steps back into doing hair full time. So I've been working part time in the salon, trying to build my
Okay.
clientele.
Okay.
And again, when you think about purpose and God ordering your steps, my goal was I just want to make $500 my first month. I just want to make
Right.
$500, and I've exceeded that goal.
Well,
And it
praise the
only took me a
Lord.
week. It only
You're
took
gonna
me a
make
week and
so
a half
much
to do
more. You're gonna make so much
it.
more because I am going to promote you here. I'm telling you, these women on this hair channel right here. Right now, I believe the numbers is going crazy in the name of Jesus. So we I don't even keep up with the numbers, but it's a lot of numbers of subscribers here, and it's happening. It's happening in a God way. And one
Mhm.
thing that the women are passionate about that's following me, that subscribe to this channel, they are looking for a good hairstylist. They are
Mhm.
looking for the back home hairstylist. You know what I'm saying? And I know you in
Yes.
Aiken, South Carolina. You are a back home hairstylist. You are a what they call
Yes.
a traditional hairstylist. Just someone
Mhm.
who's going to care for their hair and treat them good. And that's why I'm so glad that you were able to come on to show yourself, to tell the people,
Hmm.
what you cater into, what is your passion in the hair industry, so your potential customers coming from here can get a whiff of what they're going to look forward to in your chair.
Well, my passion is natural hair. I can do extensions. I can do all of the lace and things like that. But my favorite thing to do is natural hair. I'm
Okay.
talking about I do locks, I do sister locks, I do micro locks, I do traditional locks, I do if you want silk press. I mean, if you want to wear your natural hair straight, I am into the smoothing treatments and different things like that. I
Hmm.
also do a lot of color, and I can't cut, and I feel like that's also something I'm really great at. But
Hmm.
by this time, I really want to focus on natural hair. It's just so many things that are coming out of products that
Right.
we've used for so many years that we see now. It's
Right.
causing us a lot of harm internally,
Right.
and it's showing through, our hair and our scalp and things like that. So I am through and through a natural hair girl.
That's
When it comes
good.
to I love that, and I also think that I'm someone who likes to learn. So eventually, I probably will be doing something with trichology. So that's
Okay.
also I'm looking to research and
Oh,
to see
that's
how
good.
I can
Yeah.
how I can get into that. So
That's awesome. I mean, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for exactly what you said. People are natural. They are, I don't know, the world has scared everyone with this relaxer thing,
yeah,
but it just depends on your hairstylist. People don't
right,
realize that it's your hairstylist that's going to take care of you. Don't worry about the product now, because the hairstylist is going to have the knowledge to
exactly.
use the hair relaxer. You know what I mean? So all things
Exactly.
are not bad. It's just the procedure. A lot of people doing their hair at
Mhm.
home. They're doing it wrong.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
it's just that's the problem. It's not so much the product. People are
Right.
not educated like we are professionals to know the difference. So we have to in
Exactly.
2025 we have to actually be like hairstylists with a resume. And it's
Mhm.
crazy because the bad has made it hard for the good.
Yes, I
And
agree.
yeah, and I'm so glad that God has given me this platform to let people know that the good hairstylists are still here. I want to
Mhm.
share something with you. I had a hairstylist that reported me to YouTube, and I can say it because I don't feel bad about anything because I'm a child of God. I
Mhm.
promoted their video because here on this channel I think somebody or the person had the wrong idea of when I posted their video. I think they had the wrong idea of maybe I wanted to promote their work and act like it was mine. No, no,
Mm.
no, 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 no. I
Mhm.
don't want to do nobody work. I don't want to do no and body work. Okay. I don't want to get the credit
Mhm.
for anybody work. Being out here 38 years, baby, I got enough credit of my own.
Mhm.
What they didn't understand, and I'm thinking that they are not used to people showing love. They were
Yes.
not the people caring because you got people coming from broken homes and broken love, and when someone do something great, they don't even know how to accept it. And
Mhm.
so for me, this channel is promoting your work so that people can sit in your chair. I
Mhm.
don't want to do the work. I want the people to go sit in your chair. I want people to have hope that, oh wow, there is good stylists still. They
Mhm.
working, I see the video, that's my goal. So even if the person is watching this video, I just want you to know that it was a total horrible misunderstanding on your behalf because my goal is only one goal, and that is to help you, even if you have a clientele, you know how you got some stylists, Shay, they be like, well, I don't need no more clients. I'm not taking no more clients. You might be one of them people. That's great. But I still want to promote greatness because I have an
Mhm.
eye for greatness. So it was no harm, no pun intended. And I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm the type of person, if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong. You know what
Right.
I mean? And the
Yes.
wrong that I probably did in that matter was I didn't tag the person to the video.
Mhm.
And I feel like that was my wrong. So I have corrected that. And that's the lesson that I learned from that experience. But never was I in any intent to make anybody feel bad or make anybody feel like I was stealing their work, because I don't want to
Mhm.
take the credit for nobody stuff. I got 38 years of my own stuff, and
Mhm.
helping is my goal. Like I'm sitting here talking to the beautiful Shay. I want her chair to be overflowed. I want God to give you Deuteronomy 28. I want the blessings to overflow and take you to where you be like, oh Lord, I need help. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because he can do that. He can do that for
Yes.
you. These
Mhm.
people, the way these people asking me, because I have a hairstylist referral program, the way they asking me I'm talking, if I pull up my email to show you right now, every day, numerous people. Can you send me a hairstylist? Can you refer me a hairstylist? Can you refer me a hairstylist? In all states, okay? So I have Shay right here from Aiken, South Carolina. If you are in South Carolina, and then they say they'll fly in if you're good enough. I mean, I've never
Mhm.
seen so many people, Shay, they gonna fly in. Well, if you're gonna fly in, Shay is right here. Fly into Aiken, South Carolina, because Shay will take care of you. Okay? Now,
I
Shay,
sure will.
whatever you want to talk to the people, did you write down some questions for me? Because I
I
know,
did.
so you can ask me whatever you want, but I do know, I want you to tell them where your salon is located and how they can reach out to you.
Okay.
And we're gonna
So
say
the
that probably throughout the interview, because I want them to keep hearing where you at, and how they can reach out to you. And I'm gonna tag it in the video when it's done as well.
Okay, so I am located again in Aiken, South Carolina. The shop I'm currently working out of is called Studio Essence. The best way to
Okay.
contact with me, I can leave my business phone number, but I also have a
o-
booking website. And I know that some
Okay.
stylists nowadays you have to just go on the booking website and read everything, but that's not me. If you have a question, you can call or text me at my business phone number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I no
Okay.
question is too dumb, or you reach out to me, whatever you got, I will make sure I can get you an answer. So that's
Okay,
how I
I
work.
like that. So when you say you got a booking,
Right.
what do they have to do? Because Shay, you got them clients that you got some that going on the internet, and you got some that just want to dial that number. So you do have the
Hmm.
option where they can just call you and book you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because you know
Yep.
the old school ones, and the ones over
Yeah.
50, they want to come to you, but they ain't finna be going through five and six 5 and 6 channels. Okay, go to this page and go to that child. They done gave up. I'm tell you. They
I understand that. And actually, the shop I'm in, the other stylist that I work with, she has a lot of clients that are, of that generation, and that's totally fine. I don't mind, you calling or texting. But
yeah,
if
I
someone
gotta
does
do it
come
that
to the
way too.
salon,
Yeah.
I'll tell them I will give you a call back. If I'm with the client, because I don't like to be, rude when I'm in my
Right,
appointment.
right,
But I do
right.
get that.
Yeah,
So.
and just leave Shay a message, because that's me. I'm still old
Mhm.
school with that. I
Yes.
do. You can book me on my website. Yes, I'm gonna give you that option for that today's generation. But any
Mhm.
generation that want to call, hey, this is my business phone. You know,
Exactly.
leave me a
Exactly.
message. I need you to leave a message, because I'm not gonna answer every call, but I will call you back. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
a lot of spam calls. You be answering the
Mhm.
phone all day. But I said, if they leave a message and tell me it's about hair, I'm gonna call you back. But that spam stuff,
Absolutely.
it just drives me crazy. Once you put your number out to the internet, your business number, everybody start calling from everywhere. So
Mhm.
you can't, really go with that. So we are in Studio Essence in Aiken, South Carolina.
Yes.
So I'm going to, when this is over with, get the more information from you, and I'm going to tag
Okay.
it to this video, so that they will definitely get the information that they need. Now, what was your first question for me? Thank you, Callistra. I appreciate that. Martinez in the comments.
My first question for you is, what would you say has kept you to be able to sustain your business in the beauty industry?
The love and my, like you said, having a passion and a purpose, Shay. I'm a single mother to still, for my oldest daughter is will be 35 this year. Well, I have buried a daughter at the age of 2, and
Mhm.
she was my very first daughter. So she
Mhm.
would be 37. So I've been a single mom that long. I've been a
Mhm.
self-employed since I was 19, and the
Wow.
passion of taking care of these children by myself. I have
Mhm.
three daughters that I had. I was married. I had my children in marriage and love and all of that. A young teen mom married. That's another podcast, but but it's a testimony for somebody.
Yes.
Being young, having small children to take care of by myself. I did hair, like you were saying earlier, in school. I went to Sarah J. Hell High School in Brooklyn, New York. They offered the program where you can do
Mhm.
cosmetology. So it started in high school. The same school as a teen mom, I was able to take my baby to school with me. So I'm
Oh
like you,
wow.
Shay. I had two things going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Those
Yeah.
kids and purpose and the plan would have you to do things that you don't think. You become a superwoman. So here I
Exactly.
am, a teen mom. I'm in high school. I'm getting my cosmetology license. I got this baby. I gotta finish school because my dad, like, you can have all the babies you want, but you better give me my high
Yeah.
school diploma. You know what I mean? So I had
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
dads. And so I was doing the two things. When I got out of beauty school, I was very grateful. I mean, high school, I was very grateful to have that program because not only did I get my high school diploma with a baby, I got my cosmetology license. So that
That's
afforded me
amazing.
to go straight from welfare to self employment, meaning being on welfare in high school because I was, I was getting them food stamps, I was getting that little check and whatever else they had because I was in Brooklyn, New York, and they had some stuff. And so
Mhm.
I'm the type of person, I got a video out about that, how I maxed out the welfare system. But I did it in a way where I got what I needed to get and I went on with my
Mhm.
life. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that was my passion. It was like, it was a job that I loved. I loved to do hair. I was always a hair girl, always a hair girl.
Mhm.
And as a little girl, you know what I mean? Like all the
Mhm.
doll babies be lined up there. I was playing beauty salon with my doll babies. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So to have the opportunity to actually become real when I graduated from high school, I went down to the welfare office and I was like, what plans or programs do you have for someone like me? I'm licensed, I can go to work, but I need childcare. You feel what I'm saying? I still
Mhm.
need stuff too, because you can't go to those salon with no children. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, long story short, Shay, my passion was having to take care of those children by myself. And being a salon owner, well, even just working in the salon, having my own hours, was the best job I could do with small children because if the daycare called, if the school called, I wanted to be able to go, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. So
Yes.
it was like something I love. The hours made sense, and the money sure made sense. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I was always the type of person, I knew how to charge for my services. I knew how to, plan for my schedule, and it just worked out for me. And the story of being a booth renter versus a hairstylist. Oh my God, I would. That's why I became a hair salon owner because I absolutely did not like being a booth renter.
Mhm.
How do you like it? I mean, have like what is your story as far as the booth renter thing?
So when I first got my license, I actually did work in a barbershop. And there
Okay.
I was on commission. Now
Okay.
I am well the first time when I had my
Well,
daughter,
how
I
did
was
you like?
on
Hold on,
commission.
hold on, hold on. How did you like commission?
It wasn't bad because
Okay.
I was the only woman in an all male barbershop. So and I was in the mall. It was in the mall. So I was getting different clients. So it was different. Now I can't really say which one I would prefer more than the other right now because of the time that it was spent. Like I don't know, it just worked out at the time I needed. That's what I can say. Like right now, where I'm working at now, they are very fair when it comes to booth renting. I am working in an older salon, and I'm just, grateful how they have just welcomed me in. But I do feel
Okay.
eventually, I definitely am working towards being a salon owner. I'm doing my
Okay.
research, looking now,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's working for now. It's working for me
That's
for now.
good. That's good.
So.
Did you ever think about the salon suites until you get into your as because the overflow is coming, right? So when the overflow
Mhm.
comes, because I'm speaking this into existence. So when the overflow come, knowing
Mhm.
that you have the plan that you have you ever thought about looking into, do you want to open like a salon and just do your thing because that's your dream and your love and your go, because that's how I was when I had my first salon. I was like, oh, the salon, and the salon
Mhm.
suite was a thing, but it wasn't like it is now. So for
Mhm.
me, I don't want you to, I don't, okay, if you have a dream to go in a salon, I don't want you to be detoured and go in a suite, because it's nothing like having your own salon. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I'm tired, so I'm finna go into a suite here in Augusta, Georgia. But
Mhm.
I want you to experience your own salon. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want you to be detoured by this facade of the salon suites, because people are still opening salons. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Where you
Mhm.
got the chairs and you go in and it's what you dream of. You're the type of person, just knowing you and talking to you, you deserve a salon. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
whatever, how many booths you want, even if you just want it to be whatever you want it to be, you deserve to have that, because having the degrees you had, and having twins, and you are a strong woman. I just feel like people like us, we deserve what we want. What we want, I feel
Mhm.
like we should get, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So have you
Yeah.
have you thought about a suite? Have you thought about those things?
I have, and my dream concept would be a salon
Yeah.
and salon suites in the
Okay,
same.
okay, yeah. I see you
Yeah.
being that boss, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Because you
Yes.
have that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get it out. But because yeah, you could open a salon suite, you be the
Mhm.
boss, and then do it how you wanna, and just because you have the business behind you. And I was saying that
Mhm.
on TikTok when I did one of my salon talks, having a salon business owner
Mhm.
is the best salon owner you can have, because you're going to be all right, because you're going to have those business knowledge things that's going to keep you in business and give you
Mhm.
more insight. Like you were saying, the salon suite, that makes so much sense for you, because you have that business knowledge behind you to know how to run a salon suite. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I
Mhm.
feel like I can see that for you, Shay. Like, I just know God put us together, because I can really see. I can see things now. When it comes to, I have done nothing all my life but the hair industry. So
Mhm.
I might can't see a lot of things, but I can see what God be doing for people in the hair industry, because Lord knows He did so much for me. And so I can recognize when He blesses somebody, or when He finna bless somebody. You feel what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so and you're my first guest on the Salon Talk, and it's just like a divine purpose. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
I
I
think
don't,
so.
I
Yeah.
don't, I don't take none of that for granted. I don't. I'm real serious about God, because I can't do nothing without Him. I
Mhm.
can't do nothing
Mhm.
without Him. Right? So,
All right.
did I answer your question right? Like, the
You
purpose,
did.
my passion, it
You
was
did.
all about the kids, and it wasn't easy. Nothing is easy, not even to this day, 38 years later. Nothing is easy, because you got that devil in one ear. You feel what I'm saying? Telling me still, you ain't finna woo woo woo. You ain't finna. And even now, because I moved with my daughter. She's in the military, so I'm a military mom. So I know
Mhm.
that I can make it anywhere, because someone always wants their hair done. But you got the
Yes.
enemy of being in your ear telling you that you're not this person, or you're not that person no more. Oh, and I'm like, I got open so many salons. Devil, get out my ear. You,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we have
Yeah.
to fight. We have to still. I don't care if you just out of beauty school or you whatever, 40 years in, you still gotta fight every day to be in this life. It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna
Mhm.
be very emotional. Oh my God. With the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, the hair industry is very emotional because you're dealing with people.
Mhm.
So I don't want you to, coming back in. I want you to, I know you're gonna be all right, but what I'm trying to say is don't let anything stop you, because with the strength I see and hear in you, you got what it takes. And that's what this
Thank you.
industry need. This industry need more of you. And you say you got 4 kids. I can't see that because you look like you about 12. So I ain't gonna
Yes,
put your
I have
age out
4.
there, but you look good, and you
Thank
look
you.
like God has preserved you for this time in your life. Because like I said, it's timing. People be like, "Oh, you don't look your age." Well, that's God. That's God too,
Yes, it
because
is.
he will preserve you for the work that he has for you. He ain't gonna
Mhm.
have you looking worn out and torn down and then get ready to give you something. No, your preservation that he put on your life is gonna work for what he got you fit to get lined up for. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
People don't
Yeah.
understand that. So my thing for you, my question to you is, I already know you got passion for it, a purpose, but what was the thing that just, I know sometimes we have support, sometimes we don't, but what was
Mhm.
the thing that made you say, now is the time? What was it for you?
For me, so I have my grandfather passed in December from dementia. And they moved in with my mom about a year ago. My grandparents. And just watching my grandfather over the years. My grandfather, he worked in a factory, but he also did cement finishing where he would like pour driveways and things like that on the side. And I even helped him some summers when I came home from college. And I just remember that he retired and then he went and did that full time. And until my granddad could no longer remember where to go, he worked his business. I'm talking my granddaddy's in his 70s pouring concrete. So when he passed, yeah. So when he passed, and I sat with that, and I looked around, I thought about all this time I'm wasting in these jobs that I hate. Because when I say I have had over 10 jobs in my corporate life, like in 10 years, I had over 10 jobs trying to figure out where I belong. And I know I'm never gonna find it there. I know I'm never gonna find it. So just reflecting over, over December, thinking like I gotta really do what I'm supposed to be doing, and it's not this. So I started praying on it and meditating over it. And when I told God, I said, I'm gonna walk in the purpose that I feel that you're showing me. So every since I've been making steps to do this, when I say it's been falling into place, and I'm telling God, like, if you want me to do this, I need you to put people in my path that are going to help me, that are going to show me where to go. It's been happening. It's been happening. So, yeah. So, even meeting you on TikTok, I'm like, this is so weird that you were talking about where you were, and then you said Augusta. I'm like, wait, hold up, like I'm getting chills thinking about like how many people
Yes,
have been in my path as I'm walking this, and I've only been making this, doing this since January, figuring out how to make this happen. Even though it's been
this
in the
is the
back of my
year.
mind for years, it's been in the back of my mind for
Yeah,
years. And when you say, putting the devil on your shoulder, I'm thinking about all the stuff that's going on right now with politics, and like that has been scary. But as I prayed on it and I said, Lord, if you want me to keep walking, then you need to show me the way.
that's right.
It's been
That's right.
it's been happening every single time. I took a sister
Because
out class.
politics gonna keep happening. It's
Yeah.
been happening to our grandmothers, our grandfathers.
Mhm.
It's just happening now. Look, God is in control. Okay,
Right. Right.
and that's such a great story about your I have a testimony about my grandfather. So that's what I'm saying. The connection
Mhm.
that we have is bigger, it's really bigger than hair. It's really
Yes.
bigger than hair. You know, hair is the love. Like I could see you have a love for hair. I definitely have a love for it. I have such a love for it. I don't, you know, I tell myself I'm going out, and then I'm like, no, I gotta go back in. And but that's another story. But it's just like when you love something, and my thing is, God, I have the strength. My mind, I'm in my right mind. You know, I can't just sit down and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I love what I do.
Yeah.
And you know, being in a new place, which Augusta is new to me. I just left Pensacola, Florida, and I had a salon there, and I had to close it, and that was emotional. That's why I say it gets emotional because leaving people, you know, I've
Mhm.
had to leave people a lot in my career, and that's I'm gonna keep as I keep talking about salon talk, I'll be telling those stories. But you know, I don't really like leaving clients. So when I got here
Yeah.
to Augusta, it was like I'm gonna chill for a minute because you know, I have to reevaluate this. Thank God. I'm like, Lord, you know, what is going? Because it's just so emotional, and it's a lot of work rebuilding. But I'm gonna tell you something. When God is for you, nobody or anything could be against you. Just like
Mhm.
this channel, what we on right now, this is made by God because I said, Lord, the same thing you said at the beginning of the year, like, Lord, where do you have me to go?
Mhm.
Because so I sat out 2024 in Augusta. Like I did nothing the whole year. Just sat out coming here from Pensacola, and I was like, okay, God, you know, I'm just gonna sit it out and hear you and listen to see what it is you want me to do. So 2025 came, and I said, Lord, okay, this is the year. And he said,
Mhm.
start the podcast. So it's like he will order your steps. And that's why I
Mhm.
want you to really listen to him and be careful what you don't do, because when he order your steps, that thing be lining up. So
Mhm.
I feel like he ordered my steps with this channel, and here comes the clients, because I was tired. I was like, I'm tired of building the clientele. I'm tired of
Mhm.
going out there passing out cards. I'm tired. I love what I do, but I'm 52 now. Like, you mean to tell me I'm still out here trying to build a client? Well, you got to do it if you're in a new city or a new town. How they gonna know
Mhm.
you? And it's
Right.
like he built this platform, and this is where the customers is at. And I'm telling you, the people I'm telling you, I'm getting ready right now to get into the salon suite, because I said, Lord, the people that's calling me, emailing me, texting me about they need their hair done. I said, he
Mhm.
done did the work.
Yeah.
All we have to do is be obedient, you know? And
Mhm.
my daughter said, well, Ma, you work all your life. You she said, you sure you just don't want to do your podcast and do your salon talk and that's it? I said, even if I go in 3 days a week, it is
Mhm.
no one. I don't care if you 80. You don't want to sit in the house all day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't care if
Yeah.
you doing like I see people on the internet. You know, they making money at home. Look, good for them. I'm not a
Mhm.
person to sit in the house all day. I have to see the world because that's all I've
Mhm.
ever seen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like this new
Yeah.
generation, they be in the house making $1 million. I can make them. I'll take the $1 million, but I gotta go outside. I gotta be in the park or
Mhm.
somewhere. I just can't do it in no four walls.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna do what I love, and I've
Mhm.
always loved to do hair. So it's like, I'm saying this to say to you, you're there now, and it's gonna happen. And don't when it happen, just keep going. Just keep going. I'm gonna be your big sister, regardless. Like you said, you ask God to send you people, you ask God to send you help. Well, He sent it. He sent it because I'm definitely rooting for you all the way, 100%. And what's the next question you got for me? Because I'll be talking all night.
The next question I have, so we talked about how you transitioned into doing hair, and I want to know when you made that transition from hairstylist behind the chair to salon owner. Like, what was the time frame, and how did you know it was time for you to make that step?
Okay, that's a good question. So, being a booth renter, you asked me, to salon owner and the
Yes.
time frame. Okay, it definitely was a time frame, and I had to plan. So being a booth renter was horrible. I had women that were jealous of me in the salons, and I'm just gonna be real. I had an incident one time where I went to lunch, I came back, all my stuff was thrown on the floor. Not even the salon owner or none of the stylists in the salon wanted to tell me who did it. Everybody was like, we don't know who did it. And I felt like at that point, oh, all of y'all against me. Let me get all the way out here because I can't trust none of y'all. That was one extent. Then the next salon I went to be a booth renter, the salon owner called me a house Nigga.
Oh
Mm,
no.
yes. So I left her salon. And I'm trying to figure out the whole time, Shay. Y'all people is salon owners. Y'all are, to me, in my mind, I thought that they were better than me, somebody I could learn from as a
Mhm.
booth renter. You know what I'm saying? Here I am. I'm a booth renter. Like, you talking, it's 2025 now. You talking about 20, 25 years ago, I'm paying out of beauty school $150 booth rent a week into your salon, and you treating me like dirt. I got out of there. I was like, no way. So kept searching. So I found someone named Miss Pat. Miss Pat was the best salon owner for me. That she's my testimony. God just sent me to the right salon. So I worked at Miss Pat when I finally got the right. Because I'm the type of, I can't work or make money if I don't have peace. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
Miss Pat's salon was my peace. And so I knew from the bad experiences, I said, I'm gonna be a salon owner. Because I wasn't really thinking about being a salon owner until I got treated bad by salon
Mhm.
owners. You know what I mean? I was like, if I just want to make my money and go home. I thought that was
Mhm.
cool. Let me make my money and go home. I ain't gotta worry about these overhead bills. Let me just pay my booth rent and go home. But everybody want to treat Regina bad. But when I realized, Shay, who I am, because you gotta love
Mhm.
yourself. Now that I love
Yeah.
myself and I see myself in the window that them people saw, I would treat me bad too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they was trying to block
Mhm.
my blessed girl. They was like, she is not gonna be that girl. They was knocking me down, throwing my stuff down, treating me bad. They was doing everything they could to make me not see who I was. So I'm telling you, look yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself every day and tell yourself I'm that girl. Cause baby, now that I see me, I knock my stuff down too. You know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
gave me the haters, as you say. I don't like to use that word, Lord forgive me, but that's what they was. And they just made me love myself. So I found Miss Pat, got in Miss Pat's shop. Miss Pat treated me so good, so good. And I said, I want to be a salon owner. I want to be a salon owner that make a difference. I want to be a salon owner that people could go to and not feel how I felt. Because ain't no way you a salon owner and somebody come in your salon and pay that kind of booth rent back then, and
Mhm.
you treat them like dirt. Like,
Yeah.
and then I was straight out of beauty school. I'm thinking I'm gonna learn something.
Mhm.
They was like, you ain't finna learn nothing. And I said, I know I'm not the only one. So I look at my beauty school class and I think about the girls I went to school with in New York and South Carolina. It's like, wait a minute, they not doing hair no more. And I'm like, did someone, discourage them?
Mhm.
Because when you're in beauty school, you are passionate.
Yes.
You are ready to do hair. You got the energy. You know what I'm saying? It takes somebody to really tear you down to not do hair. Cause it's so fun. You know what I mean? It's fun,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, and it makes you feel like you're not at work, you know?
Mhm.
So long story short, that was the reason why I opened a salon. But in the process, Shay, and I will be very honest with you, I think it took me about a year of saving and
Mhm.
really, really, cramming down on myself and saying, I gotta do this. It was probably
Mhm.
like a year and a half at Miss Pat's shop. I worked there for like a year and a half because I had a
Mhm.
goal when I went in. I said I'm gonna be a salon owner and make a difference. And so I saved, like, say if I made $500 a week, I saved
Mhm.
like 100. I was just saving
Mhm.
money because I'm gonna tell you, Shay, I opened my first salon, I think, with $7,000 because
Really?
I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Had $7,000 cash. Like I said, I was saving, and
Mhm.
I had got an income tax check, and I put
Mhm.
that together with what I saved. I called myself doing a business proposal. I'm going to the bank to get a loan. Woo, woo, woo. The banks turned me down, so let's forget about the banks. I had that
Mhm.
money cash. So I knew what salon I wanted. So I went to the leasing agent who I would have been leasing from. So I got all the information. I knew how much the lease would be. I knew how much the first month would be, the first month rent and lease, because I knew
Mhm.
I had a clientele that I could depend on to pay
Mhm.
my bills. I just needed to switch from being in Miss Pat salon to my salon. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I knew
Mhm.
I had the clientele. That wasn't the problem. The money was going to come in, because here's the thing I want you to know. If you have a salon with your salon suites, don't depend on your salon suite people to pay your bills, because you ain't going to have no salon. Because I'm going to tell you that
Okay.
that's another podcast, but you would be surprised at how I had to fight my booth renters to pay their booth rent. That is
Okay.
a that is a that is the worst feeling ever, having to tell grown people that you see making money, well, you ain't gonna pay me. You in my salon making money. I see you making money. You not gonna pay me my booth
Mhm.
rent. Have your money to pay your bills, because don't depend, because I did that the first time. I counted, I said I got 6 stations. Okay, so that's 6 people gonna give me X amount of money a week. So I started counting my bills, the booth rent, well, how was the money gonna be, things gonna be paid. Worst thing I ever did. Because honey, when I realized I had to chase after people for booth rent, I said, oh, I can't pay my light bill like this. I can't pay my lease like this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I paid my first month's rent. Lease, you got to have that, but you need to have the monies backed up for yourself. Even though you got these people in your salon or in your suite, you
Mhm.
got to be responsible for your salon. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, how did I do it? How did I open my first salon with $7,000? I had credit, right? So
Mhm.
the furniture company gave me, I could lease my furniture. I would own it in 2 years.
Mhm.
I went through the lease program with, and I'll tell you the furniture place, so you can get that information as well. Because
Okay.
there's a lot of salon furniture companies that will, just like furniture, cars, and anything else, they'll lease you to decorate your whole salon. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
With no money
Mhm.
down.
Okay.
So my leasing bill for my furniture was like $200 a month. And you talking, I had a whole salon full of furniture, brand new. So
Hmm.
that so my $7,000, I didn't have to buy no furniture, girl, because I had that lease program. You see how that helped me?
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? No money down.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
only thing they wanted was the copy of my lease to prove that this was my salon and I was
Mhm.
leasing this building. That's all the furniture leasing company needed. And so that saved me a big chunk of money. So where I spent the $7,000 was my first month rent, my deposit, and then my mother was like, "Well, put another rent aside for anything could come up." And so then I had to pay my plumber, because I think I told you about that. My plumber,
Mhm.
and then I had to pay my electrician, which wasn't a lot of money. I think it was like maybe my plumber, he may have charged me $1,500. my electrician probably charged me not even $1,000, because what they do, they come in and make sure the electrician that the building is up to par, so nothing won't be turning off when you have to use so much electricity at a time.
Okay.
It went like a court. So if you got, say you got three, four some suites in your salon, so you
Mhm.
gotta know, okay, three, four people, what if they use the dryer at the same time? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
the electrician would know how to set the voltage to your building so everything would be professionally done. You know what I mean? Because that's the
Okay.
worst thing, to be in your salon and you looking around and the power out. You that
Right.
that you don't want the problems. So that's the bulk of where I spent the $7,000, and then I decorated with maybe $500 at Walmart, with Kmart. You know, back then it was
Mhm.
Kmart. You know what I'm saying? I I played with it, and I didn't do too much. I just did enough. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
too much is,
Yeah.
I gotta dust it and clean it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
building was beautiful itself, so it was like with the new furniture, honey. That's all I
Mhm.
needed. Honey, that's how I opened my salon. I got my business license. Back then, my business license was $50.
Mm.
Salon license was $100, and I had me a salon, girl. And the highest price thing was, I had a pink awning, and I think I show a picture of that. I had a pink awning that said Agape Beauty Salon, and that awning cost me more than anything. But the blessing in that is, the man, he came every week to my salon to get $100 for that awning. So I didn't even have to pay the upfront fee for the awning.
Oh,
God worked
that's
that thing
good.
out. God worked that thing out, girl. What I had, like I said, I had the clientele
Mhm.
myself to pay all the bills
Mhm.
and take some money home. So it was, for me, is, how am I going to get in this salon? How am I
Mhm.
going to get in this salon, Lord? God had me save just the right amount of money. When I tell you that $7,000 did it, I probably had $50 left over. And I was so happy because it did it. The salon furniture lease did it. The awning man did it. And that's the bulk. So if you don't
Mhm.
have to pay for what you need, the biggest bill is the furniture in the salon. That's the biggest
Mhm.
bill. You know what I mean? The
Mhm.
electrician and the plumber not gonna really cost you that much, but you have to, you in Aiken, South Carolina, so you know things are not as high. That's why I
Mhm.
love the South, because things are not as high as it would be in a city for us. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I always
Mhm.
love the South to put my salons, because the cost is better. You can get affordable buildings. You know people. You can be an electrician in your church, because that's what I use. I use my church. The men in my church, how they knew how to do stuff, and they was
Mhm.
licensed electrician, licensed plumbers. I used the deacons in my church, and I said, whatever y'all charge me, I'm gonna pay, because I ain't with all that. Oh, you the deacon, because I want it done right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So they
Right.
came
Right.
in and they did it, and they charged me, and I paid them. And so I'm just letting you know, and anybody who's watching, God can give you little, and so much can come out of it. So much can come out of it. I had, with that $7,000, the largest salon spa, black owned, in Sumter, South Carolina, to this day. They had never
Wow.
they had never seen nothing like it. When I tell you, God will show up and show out for you, my family came to the grand opening and they were like, "Whose salon is this?" They was in dis- they was in disbelief. They was like, "This is yours?" Because Shay, you would never have thought $7,000 could stretch and look that beautiful. I'm telling you
Mm.
right now, they did not believe it. They was like, "Who you? Somebody behind this?" Like, people was actually
Mhm.
saying, they just using you to come out to the front, but this ain't your salon." That's what I had people telling me. I was like, "Okay,
Wow.
I'm in here working. I ain't working in here for nothing. Sun up to sundown."
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's how that worked for me. A year and a half of saving, and I took a income tax check, put it with my savings. which equaled I think a little bit over 7,000, and
Mhm.
having the credit, which wasn't that good, Shay, back then now, because I that's why I know it was all gone. To
Mhm.
have that salon furniture lease saved me so much money. And the banks
Mhm.
turning me down, I laugh at that today because I wouldn't have want that bill anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah.
me? I wouldn't want that bill
Yeah.
anyway. And God erased that bill straight away from me. Sometimes your denials is your blessing. Because not
That's true.
having that, not having that loan, that's one less bill I
Mhm.
would have had to worry about.
Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I mean? Because I really
Yeah.
didn't have a lot to worry about now. Okay, you got your water bill, you got your business insurance that I was telling you about, your business
Mhm.
insurance, your water bill, and your light bill. Oh God, the light bill is the highest thing. The water bill ain't even that high, and we use a lot of water. But
Mhm.
down south, the water bills don't be that high. But that light bill, even the light bill, I never had a light bill over $500. I never
Oh,
in
really?
in
Wow,
no salon.
I was expecting it to way be way higher than that.
No, in no salon, Shay. No matter what state I was in, I ain't never had a light bill over $500. Never.
Wow.
Never. You
Wow.
know what I think? I think that the light bill companies, when it comes to businesses, now, I'm gonna
Mhm.
just use this. You know how the rich get away with stuff.
Mhm.
If you got a business, it's like a different type of bill or something for business people. Cause I never could
Mhm.
understand that either. Cause sometimes my home bill was $500. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got
Yeah.
a whole salon, and my salon, you
Mhm.
mean tell me my house bill is higher than my salon bill? So I think it's something about that business account.
Mhm.
They give you leisure. Now I ain't saying I was rich. I'm just using that as a stereotype. You know how they say the
Mhm.
rich get richer, the poor get poorer?
Yeah. Yep.
Because how you got that set up, now I ain't mad at you, but how you got
Yeah.
that set up with my business light bill, and I'm in a salon, is cheaper than my house, and I ain't even in my house all day.
That's honestly the thing that scared me the most is like what is my
Girl, you can
scared.
do it. You can do it. I was paying my salon bills and my house bills. That's two households really. So
Mhm.
I'm one person now, single mom, two kids at the house. I just had like a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. It wasn't, I
Mhm.
think my house, I think my lease was at home was like, I think I was paying like 750 in something, South Carolina for the house I was in. So either way, I was paying my salon bills and my house bills. One person and take care of my kids. You can do it too.
Mhm.
God gonna give you the money coming in where you gonna be
Yeah.
able to pay them bills. So don't sit there and stress out over no bill, Shay, because God gonna give you the money to pay the bills. You gonna have a client. Excuse me. You gonna have the clients. You're
Mhm.
gonna have the overflow to pay the bills. All you need to focus on is like I did, getting in there, because that was my thing. How am I getting this salon?
One other thing that's scared. So we have an investment property which we're trying to sell right now. So I'm
Okay.
trying to get rid of that. Like I'm moving in the direction because I feel like God's telling me to look for location. So I'm doing that. But I'm also like, God, can you please go ahead and get somebody to help buy this house so we ain't got to worry about that mortgage payment because
Okay. Okay.
we got an investment property. So if I can get rid of
Okay.
that now, that would be the perfect situation.
Well, that's
So
gonna
yeah.
come. That's gonna come. That's gonna come. That's gonna come. Somebody gonna buy it. So
Mhm.
that if that's what you need God to do, he gonna have somebody buy it. Go on over there and touch that building and pray. Put your hand on that building and pray for that building and ask God for what you want when you touch that building, and somebody gonna buy that building. Somebody
Okay.
gonna buy that building because if that's what you need to be your breakthrough to get to next, just I'm crazy about God, so ain't nothing
Mhm.
He can't do. Cause He got it, like I said, He got us on here now. So
Right. Right.
this is Him working, so He can do the next thing. And
Yeah.
I'm motivating you and whoever else and myself. Because I
Mhm.
tell myself every day, I just told my two daughters, I said, May is the month I'm gonna go into my salon suite. I've been telling them that every month. And they're like, "Ma, do you really want?" I'm not. I'm being real honest and transparent. I've been telling them that every month, and so I said, you know what? May gonna be the month. I'm going in, and
Mhm.
that's what I'm doing. I'm prepared for it. I already prepared for it. I called the lady, got everything situated. She asked me what color, because she said we can paint it for you if you want or whatever. So I'm gonna got to
Mhm.
that part. So after they painted, and she
Mhm.
said if the paint is done, that should be like mid-May, and boom, I'm in. Because it's like if I don't get in there, and I'm just going to a suite. I've never not opened a salon. But I said the way I'm feeling, I'm just going in the suite. And if whatever
Mhm.
God has for me from there, then I'll take it from there. I'll take it from there, but one step at a time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
it's just so much dealing with people after COVID-19, and
Mhm.
opening my salon after COVID-19 in Pensacola, Florida. It taught me a lesson that this world is really different. Because that salon, I had, I think, six stations.
Mhm.
And do you know I worked in that salon by myself for a year?
Really?
Because nobody wanted to work. This internet world, this internet got everybody making money on the internet. They like, I ain't going nowhere to do no hair. I'm making money on TikTok. I'm making money on Facebook. I'm making money on YouTube. So everybody was just like, they didn't want to be a booth renter. They didn't want to be a commit. They didn't want to be nothing. Baby, when I tell
Mhm.
you I worked in that salon, it was like I was in a suite, but I just had a whole full salon. I got pictures all over of that salon, and I'm telling you, it was beautiful, beautiful. And I was in there by myself,
Mm.
by myself, and I worked it. I paid every bill. Every bill that needed to be paid was I worked and paid it. The customers came, and I felt crazy because I was like, now I didn't expect to do this by myself. I
Mhm.
expected to have other people working with me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord, if you give me the strength to get up every morning and go to work, I will be there, and that's what I did. And them people came, and they still calling my phone from Pensacola, Florida, trying to get appointments from Google.
Mm.
So that all of that is to
Wow.
show when you are passionate and you love something, don't worry about what you don't got. Just work on what you got. Work on what
Okay.
you got. Because when I go in that salon suite, I got an idea how I want to decorate it. But guess what? They're paying for the paint on the wall, so I'm going in that suite. I'm going to work, and
Mhm.
as things I see, oh, it's happening, because the suite
Mhm.
gonna pay for itself. You feel what I'm saying? And so as I
Mhm.
see it working, and I might have a profit here, there, then I go put something on the wall or whatever, whatever. But the suite is pretty empty. You feel what I'm saying? All I
Yeah.
need is the tools I need, which I got out in the garage from all the
Mhm.
salons I done had. Go do hair. So
Mm.
don't beat yourself up about what you don't have,
Okay.
because it will come. What you don't have will come. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll come in
Yep.
time. Long as you got what you need to open up.
Mhm.
Them clients ain't worried about no pictures on the wall. They worried about, can you do my hair? How nice are you? How kind are you? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but now it's 8:35, so we done been here an hour. I don't know how long the Lord would have store, but I'd love to talk, but I don't want to be
Mhm.
distracted from what you really want to ask me or talk to me about. So, did you have another question, or how you want to proceed?
Let me see. I have one last question.
Okay.
What What is one valuable piece of advice that you wish you would have known prior to you opening your first salon?
Wow. Don't trust nobody. Don't go in business with nobody. If it ain't your husband or your mother, don't go in business with nobody. Don't listen to nobody. I'm telling you right now because I made that mistake, Shay. Um, I was in I well, I put it like this. My credit in one of my salons, my credit wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. And I called
Mhm.
myself getting a co-signer. This is not the first salon that I told you about. This is the second one. And it was the worst thing I ever did. And I know that's not so much the meaning of the question, but it stands out to me. Don't trust nobody. Like with the love that God has put on your heart for business,
Mhm.
trust him for that business. Man
Okay.
cannot do what God can do. They can talk about you, they can naysay, be naysayers, and irritate you to the utmost, but they will not help you. You are gonna be the one that have to show up every day for you. You gonna be the one crying, sweating tears about your business because you gonna cry, sweat, and tears. Every business owner cry, okay? But
Mhm.
it's a good cry. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's an aggravating cry or whatever cry, but it's a good cry because you got a business. You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
working
Yes.
on something. You know what I'm saying? You a businesswoman right now. So it's like, you know, it's just that lifestyle that is so emotional, is so it can be draining. It could be all the things. But don't trust nobody. Don't trust nobody with your
Okay.
baby. Don't trust nobody with your baby. And that is the one thing that stands out for that question because I would never do that again. I would never think that I can have a partner if it's not my
Mhm.
daughters, my husband, or my mother.
Okay.
And I don't even know if they count. because because you might have your husband might not be on the same mindset like you business wise. Your mother
Mhm.
might not understand who you are as a business partner. Your
Right.
children, they don't understand nothing because they just want to know when they're getting paid.
Exactly.
I've
Yep.
been through all of that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through all
Mhm.
of that. You know, so yeah, don't trust nobody with your baby. And don't ever give up on you. I don't care how crazy it look. I don't care how crazy it feel. I don't care what none of that. Don't give up. Just get your book and keep like the Bible said, keep writing your plans down. Keep talking to the Lord about it. Cause Shay, I'm doing the same thing. I ain't telling you nothing I ain't doing. 30 years, 38 years later, 5 salons down. I'm still doing the same thing. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still doing the same thing because, like I said, the enemy will try to come be a thief in the night and steal your joy, and it ain't up to him because you know his job. His job
Mhm.
is to make sure you don't win. He don't want you to succeed. He don't want you to be Shay, the girl who made a difference in Aiken, South Carolina, in the beauty industry. Oh no, the girl who doing hair shows and doing all this fabulous stuff in Aiken, South Carolina. Oh no, he don't want you to be that. Just like them women didn't want me to be Regina Miller. I
Mhm.
was I was the hair doctor. I was Agape Hair Salon and Spa, VIP Hair Salon. I said, Lord, I just want to be Regina Miller.
Mhm.
When I realized who I was, I said, God, I just want to be who you made me to be. All these other names mean nothing until I realized who I am, the lady who get up every morning doing all the work.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm Regina Miller Hair Life now. And I don't care how many people who know me from the past say, Lord, she don't have so many names, but I ain't have my name. And that's what you're mad at. Because now I know who I am.
Mhm.
As soon as I realized that, look at God. I'm going to get emotional because when I tell you, YouTube is a hard app. It is so hard to grow YouTube. This ain't my only channel. But this channel is at 140,000 subscribers. That don't come easy.
Yeah.
It don't
Yeah.
come easy. You understand what I'm saying? So I know it's God. Somebody trying to turn me in for promoting them, I know it's God. You feel what I'm
Mhm.
saying? When people start
Yeah.
doing crazy stuff around
Right. 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 Mhm. 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 Mhm.
Sites, Shay, and I don't have to lie. That website ain't started making no money till 2025 when I got this YouTube channel.
Mm.
Come on, come on, somebody. When I realized who I was and got rid of all the distractions in my life, people too, and focused on what it is I am. After all these years now, doors are still available to be open to you. But we got to stay focused and we got to know the power that we carry within ourselves. And that's gonna end this podcast. Praise God for the first podcast. And Shay,
Yes.
is there anything that you have to say on the way out? Because I'm super excited.
The only thing I want to say is I'm just excited to see where this goes. I can't wait to look up 6 months from now, a year from now, and see where this has went. I can't wait to see where your podcast goes. I can't wait to see, how our relationship grows. Because I do feel a connection. From the first time I commented on your video till now,
Me
I just
too.
see
Me
us,
too.
continuing,
I'm going to
conversations.
my
So I
charger.
just okay. So
Go
I
ahead,
I
keep
just can't
talking. I'm
wait to
going to
see
the
how things
charger.
go. Okay.
Yes, the
And I thank
phone.
you so much. So,
Yes, I thank you too. I just really appreciate you for accepting to come be on the podcast for the first time. Like I said, this is a day that I won't forget because it's a new beginning for me to do something like this. I've never had a salon podcast. As much as I love hair and talking about it, to start a podcast is just like, oh Lord, thank you. Like I said, he keeps giving me ideas. He keeps opening doors in the area that I've been in for 38 years, but I didn't even know that these doors could be open for me again until I realized it's me. It's
mm,
me getting up in the morning with these ideas. It's me doing the work. It's me putting these videos on these TikTok and you know what I'm saying? Until you
yeah,
realize that it's you, Shay, that's putting in the work. It's you who went and got that doctor's degree. It's you who went to get that bachelor's degree. It's you. And that same belief and that same strength that got you all of that paperwork and those certificates to see who you are is the same God who will open that door and give you what you want. And I can't. I'm gonna be right there, Aiken, at your grand
mm,
opening, because I ain't far from you.
okay.
You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
cannot wait. Yeah, yep, I can't
and
wait.
and that's where we at. So to anyone who wants to talk about the hair industry, you want to be a part of this podcast, and you listen to me and Shay tonight, please feel free to email me. My information will be in the pin section. But Shay, I want you to I'm gonna talk to you after this so you can give me information so I can write under this video so people can
Okay,
find you, they can call you and sign into that app to get an appointment with you because I
okay.
speak life over your business and you need customers. You need more customers because them customers is gonna bring what you need to do what you got to do. And they want to come
Mm,
to you. They just didn't know you. So they gonna
right.
know you. They already know you, but people who didn't know you gonna know you after tonight. And I
Yep.
thank God for you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so
All
much.
right. And if you need me, you got my number. I'm here for you.
Okay.
All right. Thank y'all for looking and watching. I see y'all. And I thank every one of y'all. I couldn't answer y'all in the comments, but I sure do appreciate everybody. God bless and good night.
Thank you. Talk to
All
you
right. Good
later.
night, Shay.
Okay.